Now, the Lightning Sorceress is one of the OG characters in Diablo 2. As soon as Infinity was invented, it could break all lightning immune, so the Lightning Sorceress was one of the only characters that could clear the entire game, bar no area. Now, right here, I'm bringing a new variation because in Diablo 2 Resurrected, there was some new things added, some new items, some mechanics were changed the way that they went ahead and worked. So now I'm bringing you my Magic Find version of the new Lightning Sorceress. Now we'll start off the go-to most obvious place, and that's the character page, the stats page. So just enough strength to wear your gear. You can tell we're wearing a Monarch, a Spirit Monarch. So we got 156 here. Nothing added into dexterity. We got everything dumped into vitality. It's a max Vita build. This is not an energy shield type of build, and we'll talk about it a little bit later when we look at the skill tree. I know that the Nova Sorceress is a lightning skill, uses energy shield for a ton of survivability. You can't really get away with it on this particular build. Energy, we got no base points into it. Now you see all the resistances are capped. Ooh, with the exception of fire, I'm 1% off. Didn't quite have the gear here in order to get that 1 extra percent. Didn't want to sacrifice to get it, but it is what it is. We'll go ahead and take a look at the advanced stat page. Usually I save it for the end, but we're gonna go ahead and do it right here at the beginning. Now you see down here, you need to get over the 117 FCR breakpoint. I got up to 120, perfectly acceptable. If I had a better caster amulet on my character, we could get to it even better, do some min-maxing, but I couldn't get to it. Now I just want to stress this one point because it confused me in the past. I just didn't really understand. Now lightning, the breakpoint for lightning specifically is 117. Lightning and chain lightning. This is not the lightning skills. It is the lightning skill. So when you hear 117 breakpoint for lightning, now Nova is 105, Teleport's 105, Telekinesis, Charge Bolt, they're all 105. Just lightning and chain lightning only, just those two skills. So because this is a Lightning Sorceress, we want to get over 117. That's where we are. We got 120. Now 60 is also a breakpoint. You get 55 hit recovery on your Spirit Shield. You throw 1 small charm with 5 hit recovery on it in your inventory. Boom, you get to a breakpoint A-okay. You see we have 273 here percent Magic Find. A very, very good spot to get to, with the whole diminishing return curve. All right, we'll go ahead and take a look at the skill tree. We'll start off on cold, super basic, 1 hard point into frozen armor, 1 point wonder, A-okay. Warmth is also a 1 point wonder. Now at this high of level, this is a level 97 sorceress, where you put in your remainder points as you get them when you get close to 99. I just decided to go ahead and put the remainder into warmth, but generally this is a 1 point wonder for most builds. Now over on the lightning skill tree, and this is where almost everything's going. Now for the most obvious, 1 to telekinesis, 1 to teleport, you gotta have them, all right? So for the rest of it, we want to go ahead and obviously max out lightning and all of its synergies, anything that helps up its damage. So we're maxing out lightning. We need to take a look at maxing out charge bolt. We're maxing out Nova, and we're maxing out chain lightning. Now chain lightning does work pretty good. It does quite a bit of damage. It chains around, kills some stuff, but notice chain lightning costs 51 mana. Regular lightning only costs 29. It's almost half as much. So you really do end up running out of energy quite often on this build if you rock chain lightning. And look at the max damage after you use battle orders and battle commands. This gets up over 40k. It's like 41, 42,000. Chain lightning is only 14 down here. I don't think it even gets to 15 when you do that. So keep that in mind. I like lightning way more, just way more. Of course, we do want to go ahead and down here, I do want to mention, you want to max out lightning mastery as well. We're crazy bumping up that lightning damage. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the gear. I'll go over a bunch of different options, I suppose, but this is the one I settled on. I'm a magic finder, holy grailer, trying to get that Tyrael's Might eventually, so we got to be stacking up some good amounts of magic find, in my opinion. So up here, I love the Istid Oculus. Skills, cast rate, all res. It can be hard to get the resistances on this particular build. And then we've got 80 magic find on the weapon, not to mention the 5 mana after each kill, helping out your energy problems. Of course, the Crescent Moon Crystal Sword is going to be a great option over here as well with all that minus lightning res, really giving you a bunch of extra damage, but you lose, well, all the res, all the FCR, all the magic find. You got to make that up in other places, meaning you got to make sacrifices to get that damage. And as you'll see from the gameplay later, we're 1 and 2 shotting almost everything on Player's A difficulty with the build the way I got it set up right here. Also, you could try to stretch it and get a self-wielded Infinity version. I did test it out. I really did not like it as much as either the Crystal Sword, Crescent Moon, or this version. I'm going to be perfectly honest, but feel free to hit the comments if you would like to do something along those lines. Now, up on the top here, I feel like no matter what, you want to go with Griffin's Eye for any lightning build. I know Shaco looks cool. It's amazing. We use it on almost every character build in the game, but Griffin's Eye on lightning builds, so god tier. 1 to skill, the FCR, the minus and +2 lightning skills damage, and the enemy resistance is so amazing. I did slap a facet in there too, to go ahead and help the damage out some more. Of course, over here, we got the Spirit Monarch for all the great stuff that comes along on that. The skills, the hit recovery, the cast rate. It's really tough to get away from it, this shield on any caster in the game. Now on the amulet, you could swap maybe around a little bit of stuff here if you had a better, if I had something that was like 2 to Sorceress skills caster amulet with 17 or more FCR. But if you ain't got that, this is actually a crazy good amulet for this particular build. I've had this amulet for a long time. Actually, before Sunder Charms even existed, I found this, but it became even more important, which I'll talk about when we take a look at the Sunder Charm later. Look at that 16 all res with 56 to specifically lightning damage. This ended up being so sick of a find. So on here, I feel like this is pretty much best in slot for the lightning builds, Chains of Honor. Usually I never use this. Usually I throw on something like Enigma with more magic find, but 2 to skills, that 65 all res. It's almost required on this particular build because you just don't have a ton of resistance. It's hard to get them capped out. From what I see, of course, I went ahead and got a bunch of other magic find stuff in other places, but you still get 25 magic find on this. Like I said, the 65 all res. Now, here's where some more of that magic find gear comes in. We've got almost perfect chance cards right here with 39 magic find and 50 magic find. War Travelers over here. So there's quite a bit. There's almost 90 magic find right there on the boots. You could go any of the caster gloves, tranks, or mage fists, and like I said, some tri-res boots, or a ton of different options on boots. But tri-res is probably where you're going to want to go to make up the resistances that you are lacking so much on this particular build. Here we have a Stone of Jordan. Over here we got another one, another Stone of Jordan. Now actually, of course, you get the $1 skill. The increased maximum mana kind of helps you out. This is a slightly mana hungry build, and when we get to the mercenary, you'll see I have infinity over here, not insight. So if you use regular lightning, you're going to be perfectly fine. Chain lightning, you're going to be running out of mana here and there. But on the belt, this is going to be no surprise to most people. Arachnus Mesh, $1 skills, and of course, cast rate once again. Now on swap, this is another duh situation. We've got Call to Arms, and we've got the Spirit Monarch over on that side. Of course, you're going to have that kind of stuff, right? Now, of course, you want to have all your unique charms if you can get your hands on them. We've got the Hellfire Torch, we've got Annie, we've got the Sunder Charm, and we actually have right here, Heat's Fortune. Now you can, like I said, back in the day, you can get away without having this particular one on here. You could take that off, throw on another lightning skiller right there. But I said, hey, why don't we go ahead and use that Sunder Charm? It will definitely help us out either way against those lightning immunes. And as you've seen across here, these are all different versions, whatever my best lightning skillers that I have available. Across the bottom here, I'm a magic finder, so bang, 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 magic find. And in order to make up resistances, I actually have this one. It's a pretty reasonably good jewel, I suppose. 10 fire res with the 4 magic find, and then a lightning resistance with 5 hit recovery. So that's how I almost get my resistances capped, along with getting that 60 FHR breakpoint there on the Sorceress. And now I mentioned some of the stuff over here, but we're taking a look at the Mercenary. We've got the Holy Freeze Mercenary, just for some more survivability, and the other auras I don't feel help you out that much on this particular build. Now here we have the Infinity, of course, the Conviction Aura, breaking immunities, lowering the resistance down. Now if you do self-wield, you do see the minus 51 there. The lightning res on your Mercenary, that minus enemy lightning res doesn't matter. If you self-wield it, then it does. So that's why some people, I've heard arguments to self-wield Infinity. It's real tough to get your resistances in any magic find at all, and to get your FCR breakpoints if you do that. But that's going to be an option that you can make if you would like to. I necessarily wouldn't recommend, but I would recommend this right here, putting it over on your Mercenary. And Darrell's Visage, of course, with an IAS jewel, and of course eliminating the minus poison res penalty that is on there. And we've got right here a Fortitude, of course, getting your resistances capped out on your Mercenary, and of course a bunch of damage and other things helping out your Mercenary. Alrighty, now Phil, how actually does this particular build work though? Let's go ahead and take a look, and just to go ahead and show you, scroll down, boop, right in front of my face here, we are on Players 8 difficulty. No need to show you how it works on Players 1 because it's just nonsense. Let's jump to just an easy area to start out. Here we're going out to Eldritch and Shank, use our battle orders, get our Chilling Armor up, and hop out here. You can static them down, and then boom, one shot Eldritch P8 difficulty, absolutely no problem. And of course, while we're here, let's go ahead and go after Eldritch, and now here's Shank. He's lightning enchanted, and let's not use static, and let's see how many times we got to hit him. We hit him once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he is lightning enchanted after all. I would say for a lightning enchanted monster there, a super unique, I mean, that's some pretty good speed, and I didn't even use static. Here we got some Thresh Shocket. Who doesn't like Thresh Shocket right now? You can just run him on players 1, zap him down. Absolutely no problem. Pendle's another popular one right here. You can take out the whole pack on players 8, giving you a chance for high runes. We just staticked him and one-shotted him. Players 8 difficulty. Well, just for the heck of it, we got Durance of Hate terrorized. And let's see how he is going to go ahead and do. Taking out here Mephisto. Excuse me. Geez, stuttering on my words there. So we'll static Mephisto down. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe we'll call it 8 shots. And these things just rain out of the sky for me. We'll pull a Talzheimer from Terrorize Mephisto on the vid, fellas. That's why you want that little bit extra magic find. Getting you something like that. And then, hey, players 8 Chaos Sanctuary. It's one of the, I will call it harder places to farm, I suppose. These monsters are pretty tough, am I right? Let's clear out the ones behind us real quick first. And remember, this is players 8 difficulty. A lot of these monsters I'm, what, 1 or 2 shotting? Man, this build is so incredibly powerful. These guys are usually immune to lightning, and you're zapping them down in just a couple of hits. So that pack is cleared. Move over to this one. Lightning Enchanted, Spirit Vex. You can get out of here, my man, and move on. You see how fast this clears? It is crazy. Just crazy. We'll do more of a little seal pop here on the Chaos Sanctuary. This area is a little bit busy, but no big deal. We'll be okay. We do have those capped resistances. We don't need to static them. We'll just blast them down and move on to the next pack. So there, he's down. Go ahead and take out Lord Desace. Could be dangerous, but we can hit him from a distance. Absolutely no problem. And then on to the final one over here before we take on the name of the game himself, Diablo. Blast, 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 Infector. Oh, I'm not shooting anymore for some reason. And he is down. And let's see how Diablo goes. Of course, I already know how that's going to go. Static him down to half health. Start blasting away. If you're on single player, you can go ahead and lower the player's count if you want to go even faster or whatever. But absolutely no problem. No danger of any kind. It's an OG build that is now even better with the adding of Sunder Charms and getting some of the minus resistances to work correctly now that they have them in D2R. I still do, honestly, just for my opinion here at the end, I do prefer Nova over this lightning build. I'm kind of lazy. I don't like aiming. I just like tele stomping, flash, flash, flash with the Nova and moving on. But lightning does absolutely slap. It is absolutely amazing. And it's kind of fun and nostalgic going back to this build here that I really haven't played in a long time, ever since Nova kind of took over and it's dominating. Anything you'd like doing differently, don't forget, hit down in the comments and let me know about it. I went over a lot of the other options, but I do just kind of prefer getting the magic find stacked up here. Don't forget, before you go, hit the like button, subscribe up, and I do want to give a huge shout out to anyone, patrons, any of the Twitch subs and my YouTube channel members, anyone who even super chats. Honestly, people who support the channel like that really do make it possible for me to keep streaming and making videos on this channel. So thank you so much. Peace out and keep slaying.